Hey my friends, what's going on with you all tonight? Happy Friday. Hope you guys are enjoying your day out there. Michael Blangos here, coming to you again with once another message here in today's video, which is, are you afraid of your own power? Folks, you might be asking, what the heck are you talking about? I'm not afraid of my power. I want to be powerful, right? Well folks, what I'm talking about is your power, not so much in muscular strength, not so much in you're a go-getter and you go out and you produce a lot. I'm talking about the power that lies within you, which means expressing your authentic being and the gifts that you were given here on this earth. That's what I'm talking about. So, because funny enough, folks, if any of you know, but I know a very well-known spiritual leader named Marianne Williamson. She basically, I love her quote on this. I really like what she says, and basically she says, "It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us the most." So, isn't that interesting? It's our light, not the darkness. Our deepest fear, right, is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure, right? That's crazy, right? Because, and I was pondering this actually all day today. I was like, why is this? Why is being powerful a fear to humans? Why is it fearful for us to be powerful? And again, I'm not talking about muscular strength or going out there and achieving a lot. I'm talking about reaching deep inside of you and expressing your authentic self and finding out what your true core gifts are that you were given by whoever, our creator, and tapping into those and pursuing them. That's what I'm talking about as far as stepping into your power. And why do so many people fear this? Because again, if I was going to go around and say, I would do a survey, maybe ask like 100 people, would you want to be powerful? And I would think most of them would say yes, right? I would think very few would say no. The ones that would say no, might not get what I mean by powerful. They might think that, oh, I'm gonna be powerful. I'm gonna be greedy and rich and all this kind of stuff. No, I'm not talking about that kind, folks. Like I said, I'm talking about reaching deep down inside you, finding out what your gifts are, and then expressing those gifts out to the world. Because we all have gifts. Each and every one of us was born with gifts, right? And that's some of our mission here on earth, is to find out what those gifts are so we can express them to the world. Because by doing that, it allows other people to do that, right? Because by me making this video and talking about this particular topic, I am now giving it permission for somebody else to step into their power. Right? Once somebody steps into their core gifts and shares it with the world, it then opens up the door and says, okay, I give permission for other people to come into this space and do the same exact thing. So, but you know what? Really, your power, and how do you find your authentic self, folks? It's like when you have an aching inside that you have to express something to get it out. I can think of something right off the top of my head. I'm a musician, and basically, I have songs that are all within me. I have all these melodies going through my head, and if I don't get these out, if I don't express this to the world, folks, I'm gonna die with the music still left inside of me, which is what I do not want to do. I want to get my music out there so people can hear it. Share your gifts with the world. That's what people really want to have. And if not, you're really being selfish because you're not allowing all the other people in the world that might benefit from your gift to experience that. So folks, don't be selfish. So anyway, and I was getting into why don't people focus on their gifts. Well, I was researching this a little bit more because I really wanted to understand, why don't people want to look for their gifts? Why don't they want to embrace them and really take them on full force? Well, you know what? Because it scares people. It actually scares us perhaps more than anything else in the world, right? Each of us has a true and false self, right, that we construct to protect our true self, if this makes sense. So we have such a deep need basically to protect this self of ours that sometimes we will actually choose death over a threat to ourself, right? So take it for what it means, folks, but that's basically why we don't embrace our gifts, right? Because another thing about embracing our gifts, it does require you to be vulnerable, right? And folks, when you are vulnerable, you also become tender. And as part of our core human being attributes is that we are tender people, right? We are emotional people, and sometimes by stepping into our true authentic being, it's scary because we're now exposing ourselves to the world and who we really are as a person, and oh my God, what are they going to think, right? That's where we become vulnerable, but that's where we really live. That's where we feel the most alive, is when we're doing that. And if you've ever noticed where you strayed away from your gifts and what your strengths are, folks, how things just don't end up working out eventually down that path. So you might as well just hop on the right path from the get-go, tap into your inner gifts and utilize them, because that's what we were here. We all have our own unique gifts that we were given. So let me leave you here with a couple questions here that you can reflect on, folks. A couple reflection questions that you can write these down and think about these. So question 1 here is actually, which passion of you scares you, right, so much with intensity and depth? Which passion of yours? And then ask, what are your core gifts actually within that passion? So which passion scares you the most with intensity and depth? And then what are the core gifts that are found within these passions? Think about that, folks. You're definitely going to get some insight out of that if you write those questions down and actually answer them. It just takes a few minutes, right? What comes to your mind, and write it down. And folks, that little bit of information can totally transform your life. Because power, again, is not about how much action you can take out in the world and getting out there and always thinking you got to improve yourself and fix yourself, right? You're whole, you're perfect, just the way you are. And now it's about finding those gifts within you so that you can express them out to the world. So, hope you guys got something out of this here. Enjoy your Friday night. I'm going to go out, have a little fun for myself, because life is about fun, right? Having fun along the journey. And we'll talk to you on the next video. Later, guys.